Welcome back to episode 2 in my book series. Today, I wanted to do a little update of what I've done since I last shared with you guys that I am writing a book. So the first part I want to tell you about is the outline that I have been working on. So I have officially landed on a 4-part book with 4 chapters each. So I'll have 16 chapters in total. And I really want to make sure that the book is a fun read, it's a quick read, and something that everyone will have something to take away from because I really, really want to make sure that this is something that can help the reader. With that, I wanted to read a book promise that I wrote out to help me guide how I am writing the book and the type of content I'm putting in it. So, my book promise is it's for the woman who have done everything she was supposed to do, but still feels like she's waiting for her life to begin. This book is an invitation to stop postponing living and to start building a life that feels meaningful today. With that, it's a book that is a personal essay and self reflection book for women in their 20s and 30s, and other ages as well if they choose to, who are rethinking success, career, identity, and the one day life that they are currently living in, with stories, uncomfortable truths, and practical reflection exercises to help them stop postponing living. I spent a lot of time thinking about this book promise and making sure that it is very intentional and it's very potentially impactful to the person reading it. I know there are a ton of self help books or personal essay, self reflection type of books out there. And so I didn't want to just add yet another one that's out there. I really wanted to be thoughtful of what the content is and really hoping that everyone who chooses to pick it up is going to have something to take away from it. Now, the other thing that I have sort of decided to do myself to keep myself on track for writing this book is I have set a weekly 1 chapter goal, which feels a little daunting having a very demanding full-time job. And I'll be honest, sometimes after work, the last thing I want to do is be stretching and using my mind further to write the book. But I am about 6 weeks in and I have already written 6 rough draft chapters. So I'm really proud of that. If I stick with this 16 chapter book, I only have 10 more to go. And honestly, for me, having that 1 chapter a week structure is really helpful. It helps me pace myself. It helps me be thoughtful about my scheduling and timing on writing this book. And it's honestly has been not as hard as I thought it would be. I'm able to actually finish the rough draft of the chapter each week. I do spend a little bit of time on Sundays really focusing in editing and making sure it's a good chapter. And so, yeah, so far it's been working really well. The other thing I wanted to give you guys an update on is I've been thinking a lot about whether I want to go the traditional publishing route where I have an agent, I work with a publishing company and try to see if that's something that I can make happen and actually be able to publish the traditional route. But I listened to the audiobook called Published by someone who has written many books and actually has self-published all of them. And I made the decision that I am going to most likely go the self-publishing route, which definitely means that there's going to be a lot more on me to figure out. And obviously, I've never written or published a book before, so it will be quite a journey, and I will share all of that with you all. But I think it's the right decision for me because as I've been spending time writing this book, I'm becoming pretty determined that I want to make sure it is published and it can be read by many of you. And so I think that direction will help me make that happen a lot more likely. I think that also gives me a little bit more control of kind of what I want to put out there. But with that being said, I'm going to have to figure a lot of things out. I'm going to need to find an editor. I'm going to need to find a cover designer. I'm going to have to figure out exactly what it takes to self publish. But I do feel like we are in a time where there's a lot of resources out there to make that happen. And so I'm going to explore that route and see what happens. So that was a very big decision that I have made in the last month or so as I've been working on my book. It's been an exciting journey so far. It's definitely very interesting to see myself writing. And so, yeah, it's been a while since I've written something longer, and it's definitely interesting to see myself thinking back on like how do you write well and how do you make sure it's a intriguing and fun book to read. So it's been really fun to kind of use that part of my brain that I haven't in a while. And yeah, I'm really happy with how things are turning out, and I can't wait to continue to share more of the journey as I go through it.